What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speak. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to speak on Angel Reese, right? Angel Reese has really been she's been making the news a lot lately. And in my opinion, I think Angel Reese, the mean girl, I think she's trying to work her way out of Chicago. First she comes on and first she says that if the WNBA don't pay them, then they going on strike. Then she comes out and says that the fans are there to see her. What else she come out and say? Then her latest escapade is she's saying that she need better teammates. She won't be there next year if they can't, if she's not surrounded with a better teammates, basically. And that statement right there, and which she got suspended for that. I think she got suspended by the league, and then her team, I think, suspended her for a half game, right? And even after her team suspended her for the half game, she's still kind of acting out a little bit and making statements. So I'm led to believe that when you make those kind of statements, I think that Angel Reese don't want to be in Chicago anymore. Because if you think about it, if you're in a place where you're happy, if you're in a place where you're satisfied and a place where you think you can grow, you would not say anything that would really, that would mess that up. And so because the statement it was the statement of her talking about, she need better teammates. Just outrageous, in my opinion. It's just an outrageous statement. Like who has the nerve and the courage to even say something like that publicly at a press conference? And then after you say that, now you have to walk back into that locker room and face the same women that you're talking about, right? So that's why I said that, I think Angel Reese wants out of Chicago. And don't be surprised if you see Angel Reese work her way to the Dallas Wings. I heard somebody say that she might be trying to go to the Dallas Wings, and so I thought about it, right? And when you look at how the Dallas Wings, like what they have and how they're set up, that wouldn't be a bad fit, for Angel Reese. She wouldn't be the focal point of the offense. She would be, I think she would fit in. Like if you take Paige Beckers, just assuming that Paige Beckers is going to still be there. Just assume that Enrique is still going to be there. And what's that young Maddie? Is her name Maddie? I like that girl, Maddie. She's a bucket, right? But just assume that those three are going to be there. Like their core three are not going anywhere. Angel Reese would fit in with them from a team standpoint. Now, as far as like her attitude, I don't know, because Angel Reese can be a bit of a mean girl and would wear on them after a while. But from just like on the court with no drama, with just like what the skill set that Angel Reese bring to him, high energy, rebound, and defense. Then you got Paige, who can just get you a bucket and can shoot. The girl, I think her name is Maddie. I gotta look her up. But Maddie, then you got the girl Enrique. Like Maddie is a really good low post ball player, and she could just score. She can score with her back to the basket, and she could face up and score, right? Also, she plays defense. So I think the Dallas Wings will really look good. It's just a matter of would they fit as far as their chemistry, right? So, but I'm still thinking that Angel Reese wants out. Angel Reese, she will wear on her teammates. She rolled out at Maryland. I'm not sure what happened at Maryland, right? But then when she was at LSU, certain players, she didn't get along with certain players, and there was an issue. So what was the young lady that was there that really didn't like playing with Angel Reese? I think her name was Haley Van Leaf. Haley Van Leaf, Flange Johnson, you know, said that, that they're not really all that close. And I think that was a nice way of Flange saying that, she don't mess with Angel like that. But Angel her personality, she can be a bit brash, a bit of a mean girl. And so, yeah, she will wear on you. So I'm not, I don't know where Angel would fit in at. You gotta, like I said, Dallas would be a good fit, but with her attitude, and to be honest, I don't know how much longer if Angel continue to pull these kind of antics and stuff like that. I don't think Angel has the talent whereas those teams will put up with that kind of stuff in the WNBA. I think what'll happen is she's gonna probably get traded a couple times. This is what I think is gonna happen. Angel's gonna get traded a couple times, and then then on those teams she'll get less and less playing time, and then she'll be out the league within a couple years. If she don't straighten this out, if she don't get a hold of her attitude and some of the statements that she made, I don't think Angel will make it in the league at this rate where she going there. I don't think she'll be in the league another 2 years. I really don't. I think that because of those mean girl antics, and you got to produce too. You got to be able to do more than just rebound, unless you're on a winning team like you're Dennis Rodman and you're rebounding and playing defense. But her team is at the bottom of her team is at the bottom. They're not winning like that. So she don't have the leverage that she thinks she's having. How can you miss layups and then tell somebody that you want a better team around you? Or how can you miss layups and then say, pay me what you owe me? Or how can you miss layups and then tell somebody that you going on strike? I don't get it. I don't get it. She don't, if she thinks that she has leverage with the way that she's playing, then I don't know. She needs somebody in her corner who can talk to her and tell her that this is not the way to go. But I see the WNBA, Chicago Sky, real in short order, just really running Angel Reese out of the league. And I really think that because the more leverage, I really like some players are not really worth the effort. But usually those players who are not really worth the effort and the headache, they realize that you have to, if you was a star at one point in time and you was a diva while you was a star and your talent falls off, then teams really, then that's when they really start to take you through all those changes and cut you and do all this other stuff, right? But if you never had any leverage, your team is never winning. I don't get how she thinks she has the leverage to be able to say the things she say and think that that's not really going to hurt her. She's only in her second year. I don't think Angel Reese will make it 5 years in the WNBA. I really don't. I don't think she's going to be there for 5 years. I think that Angel Reese thinks that because of her podcasts and other business ventures and business deals that she got going on, I think that she thinks that is more, she's going to lean towards that. She's going to, do her podcast. And because if you think about it, she's really not playing basketball for the love of basketball either. She's playing basketball because, just because she's tall and athletic and has the ability to, but she really don't love the sport. She don't love the sport like that. So, because if she loved the sport like that, then she'll be focused on, she'll be focused on different things, not the things that, she'll handle these situations differently. If she was focused on her game and getting better, she'll just handle the situation better. But she don't love the sport. She want more money out of the sport. She want the sport to do more for her, but she's not in love with the sport. And I don't think Angel Reese will make it to 5 years in the WNBA. I don't. Especially going the way she's going. If she was to change her attitude and continue to work on her game, then yeah, she could have a pretty decent career, a long, decent career, but not going the way she's going now. Pay me, and this there's just too many other young women out there who want the position that she had. That's not going to be that headache, and so that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.